Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Welcome back to the Shef Pod, man. Discussing all the week's latest and greatest events. I'm glad to have you guys here tuning in with the squad, man. It's been a minute, but we gotta start off the stream with some sad news. PNB Rock, man. Another artist slain, another artist gone over something senseless, and I'm guaranteeing you it was meaningless. But early reports are saying that he was shot inside of Roscoe's Chicken House. Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Really? Wow, like, this is crazy. Like, and I just want to send my condolences to PNB's Rock's family, his girlfriend, anybody related, friends, because this is really senseless at this point. Like, just what are your initial thoughts about just a rapper being shot inside Roscoe? Like, can you imagine being there and just...
Oh God, no. And it's sad because it's not like I didn't know him and I didn't know his music, but for me it's like, oh, another one? That sucks. That is such a horrible reaction to start having, because I feel like we're getting, what's the word?
Used to it.
Yeah, we're used to it. We're getting immune to it now. Like, we hear about it and we're like, oh, okay, another one. And that's not okay. You know? It's sad. That's so sad.
It just speaks like a real, like, big message to me, like, as far as like just the hip-hop community. Like, do people even want to be rappers anymore? Like, if this is what like comes with it, like,
I feel like it's expected. Yeah, and that's sad. Like, if you're a rapper, it's like, all right, you gotta be tough. You gotta have like that hard mentality, and like, you know, if you're not part of the gangs or whatever, you're not cool with them, then you're not like a real rapper. You're not like, you know, cool enough or hood enough. And it's just I don't know. I just think that's outdated. It's an outdated mentality, and I don't know. I just think we gotta do better to not be in situations like that. I mean, I don't know anything about the situation. Yeah. He might not have, you know, even done anything to provoke it or anything like that. So, you know, it's sad either way, but just, I mean, that it's got to stop.
And that's why I said this speaks on the bigger message, because another one of my favorite artists, Young Dolph, rest in paradise to Young Dolph. He passed away this year. Was shot at I think it was like a convenience store or a gas station. But it's just, I really don't understand people's mindsets. Like, what does that do for you? Like,
you're asking the wrong person.
What does that do for you, taking out a famous rapper? Like, or just anybody? Like, and that's why I said people's mindset is just really like off and gone, you know, these days. And it's just really sad to see, and just really sad to hear about it. And like you said, it's really sad to hear that it's so normalized.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Like, when Tupac got shot, that was, everybody like was like, you know, losing their minds, going crazy. Biggie got shot, same thing. But now it's so like normal, like that's the normal thing to do. Like,
you know what the worst part is? I feel like when those happened, those were huge. That was big news, right? I feel like since then, you haven't really had, like, we haven't heard, you know, knock on wood, of it, oh, Jay-Z got shot, Kanye got shot. Like, you don't hear the big rappers that got shot. You hear these guys that, you know, people around them or their cities or whatever have heard of them. They're getting, you know, that recognition, but they're not up there with like Kanye or Jay-Z or Tupac or Biggie, you know, but they're the ones dying because they kind of took on that, like, oh, Tupac was hard in the hood, so, you know, I gotta be that way, or whatever. And it's just carried on to this next generation, and it's sad because they're losing their lives for what? For what?
Why? Why? That's the question we all ask ourselves at the end of the day. Why? Like, what was the goal? Like, what was the point? Like, what was, like, why? What does this do for you? Like, and I just really think, like, anybody that's aspiring to be like an artist or just entertainment and like just all this stuff, like, people want to be famous and like all this stuff, but they don't look at the dark side of being famous, right? A lot of people look at Drake and be like, I want to be Drake, but you don't look at the dark side of being Drake. Drake can't just go to a movie theater and just go see a movie. Drake he can't walk to the mall. Drake can't even walk his dog probably to the park.
Right.
Like, that is, I'm sorry, I feel bad for Drake. I'm probably the only person in the world that feels bad for Drake, but I feel bad for that man. For the rest of his life, he can't go to a Walgreens and buy some snacks without people,
Right.
or like somebody like, you know, pinning his location, and you know, who knows. But gotta send my condolences to P and B Rock, man. I was a big fan. I'm not gonna lie. He had some jams. He really had some jams. Still got some jams. And I just want to send my condolences to like everybody that's lost someone to just something just so tragic and just horrifying. Like, this is crazy. We gotta do better as a society, man. We really gotta do better.
Really do.
But on a lighter note, we're gonna be breaking down and talking about D23, some of the stuff we've seen, and also we're gonna give our opinions on She-Hulk as well. So definitely thank you guys for rocking and tuning in with us on this pod. I know we missed last week, but it was a hectic week last week. 2K23 came out. You know, your boy had to grind, put in that extra work, and you know, just celebrate that 1K subs that we just crossed over. So I'm just really thankful and grateful for that. But other than that, let's get into this D23 footage. First thing we seen today when we woke up this morning was actually, do we have any comments? I don't want to skip over anybody.
Raway said, yo.
What's up, Rod? How you doing, my guy? What up? That's all we got?
That's all?
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So the first thing we seen was this Secret Invasion trailer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna lie, like I was low-key excited for this. Get it low-key.
I see what you did there.
And this to me, it didn't show me much, but it gave me the feel for the show, and I love.
Yeah, definitely.
I loved everything that I seen. Like, I'm so glad that they didn't like really tell everything with this trailer. And I like to see like where they're moving in the MCU. Like, we see an old Nick Fury. This man got a beard. This man ain't wearing a patch no more. This man really thugging it out. And I thought this was gonna be like a really small story, but this seems like this is gonna be some deep stuff within the government. Like the whole, like, I'm like, this is what I've been wanting, Marvel. I've been wanting something like this. What were your like first initial like takes when you just first seen like the preview?
I mean, the alien part was cool. I was like, oh my God, he's coming out of a ship. And then it's like, oh snap, he's talking to Maria Hill and she's not happy with him. Mm-hmm. She totally like looked up to him, did anything Nick Fury wanted. She's like, all right, let's get it done. And now she's like, well, you don't even answer my calls, blah, blah, blah. I mean, we know he was a little busy, but yeah, you know, it's just a cool scene. And now he's just like really like serious. And he's like, this is different. This case is different, or whatever he said is different. And I'm like, ooh, you know it's gonna like cause some serious, like have some serious implications for what happens in the MCU, you know?
Yeah.
I love it. You're already seeing Maria Hill. You're already seeing Don Cheadle. I love that Marvel is bringing these like bigger characters into the show. Yes. Like, one of the other characters is
Talos.
Yeah, he was on Batman. He was a big character in Batman. Well, one of the big characters in the Bane movie, but it's just so cool. And then you see the scene where all of the scrolls shift into that campaign manager or whatever he is.
Oh yeah.
They just did a great job with the trailer. I'm already excited for it, and it's got like what, a year?
Yeah, we're like a year removed, I think, from this show. And I really love what I've seen from this trailer too as well. Like, I really think they're gonna really tell us like, okay, where the hell is Nick Fury? Like, where does he stand? Is he still with S.H.I.E.L.D.? Is he in the Space Force?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell is Nick Fury doing? But there's a lot of stuff that like just happened in this trailer. Even like just showing him back bald-headed with the patch on his eyes. Like, man, like.
Well, see, I like that too, and I just caught that right now when we were watching it. Him with the patch. They're probably gonna go back, I hope, and talk about where he's been this whole time.
Okay.
And like where he's been, what he's been doing, that type of thing. Because I mean, last time we saw him, he was relaxing up in space.
He was big chilling.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, I mean, did he retire? And all of a sudden, he's like, oh shit, I know what's coming, and I need to stop it.
I need to take a break.
Right.
But yeah, this looked so badass. It's cool to see that they had Rhodey in it. I was happy to see my boy Rhodey show up. I'm glad that they've been sprinkling him like in little shows. Like, you know, I really
more than Captain America
or Ms. Marvel. Not Ms. Marvel. I'm sorry, Ms. Marvel. Love the show. Captain Marvel. You know.
Did you hear where it came out the other day? As a side note, that Brie Larson in an interview, they asked her if she was excited to come back as Carol Danvers essentially, and she's like, she was talking about it, but then she's like, I don't know if I'm coming back for more movies or anything like that. I truly don't know. And people thought it was like really heartbreaking that she didn't know that whether people wanted her back, I guess is kind of. And I'm like, I know a lot of people have been giving her shit for it, but I also think Marvel's just done a horrible job representing her and giving her scripts. So I'm looking forward to giving her another shot. Side note.
You know what? Here's what I'm gonna say about Captain Marvel, right? I think Brie Larson did a fantastic job. I think honestly she did the best with, you know, what she had. You know, I think she did the best with her character, and it's, to me, this is not a Brie Marvel. This is not a Brie Larson problem.
Yeah, I agree.
This is, you introduce a super OP character right before the last Avengers comes out, and then she's gone now. What the hell?
Yeah.
Like, and then you want to like sprinkle like, oh yeah, she's here again. Now she's gone. Oh, like, how much Earth time do this girl got?
Not as much space time.
Out of all these Avengers and like even just regular Marvel movies, they have more Earth time than she has. Miss Marvel has way more Earth time than Captain Marvel. That's sad.
Right.
Or just even just put like, that's the problem. You can't introduce this super powerful character that can do it all and don't have a weakness, and she not here.
And
like,
want people to care about her. It doesn't work.
Yeah. Like it just don't work like that. So I don't think it's nothing against Brie Larson.
Brie Marvel.
Brie Marvel. I mean, and like she gets dragged and she gets like praised, but I just think Marvel, if you listening, man, you gotta put her in more shows. You gotta give us more of her, because it has been so long since we've seen her movie initially. Mm-hmm. So it's like you gotta find a way to put her back in her face and make us care. Like, we understand that like you guys can see that we're talking crap about her, but it's like still like we need to see her.
I agree. I mean, they're putting her in smaller spots, like at the end of Shang-Chi, the trailer, and at the end of Miss Marvel. So I get that they're using her now to build up the Miss Marvels next year or whenever it comes out. But still, that's not fair to her. You know, I mean, obviously you couldn't foresee the pandemic happening in like a year of not having movies. But still, like, to introduce her right before the big Avengers movies and then not really have her, you know, in anything else after that, really. And then, okay, now we're going to bring her back for this Miss Marvel's thing, but we're going to introduce this other Marvel first. Oh, and don't forget about Monica Rambeau.
Yeah.
So it just felt like a lot. And she kind of got, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, diluted, I guess.
Yes.
And people kind of forgot. And wondered.
Honestly, this is what they should have did. If they could have went back in time, this is what they should have did, Marvel. They should have introduced Captain Marvel after all the Avengers go. I think people wouldn't have had such a problem with her if she showed up after.
Could they have beat Thanos without her?
Yes.
You think so?
Like, and so in Avengers, what was it, Endgame, right? She showed up, right on time, right? Like she always does. Mm-hmm. She was giving Thanos hell. I'm not gonna lie. She was giving Thanos hell. You know, she was beating him up for a little bit. Then he get off me. So like, she really. That's going to my bigger whole point. She really didn't have to be in the Avengers, any of the movies, because like she wasn't really like. I mean, I guess she found Tony Stark in space.
That was her big like.
Moment. Yeah, she found him in space and brought him back to Earth. So we give her that moment, but it's like overall, it's like homegirl, like
what else?
What else?
And that's not fair to her, because I mean, like you said, I think that would have been a good idea to introduce her after Endgame.
Yeah.
You know, it would have just been a lot better.
Because honestly, like, we've seen a lot of footage just leading up to this movie, but honestly, the Marvels, or it's called the Marvels, right?
The Marvels.
That's like my least most anticipated MCU project, honestly.
Right.
Like, honestly, I'm ready for and we're gonna get to it, the Werewolf by Night. I'm ready for the Blade. I'm ready for the Moon Knight. I'm ready for them to team up, and I want to see that.
Yeah.
Versus the Marvels.
That's sad.
It is, and I haven't even seen Werewolf by Night, and I only seen Moon Knight once, and we haven't even seen the Blade movie. But I want to see them team up more than I want to see the Marvels. Like, that's just where I'm at right now. Like,
I hear you.
I'm really hoping the Marvels trailer like is just really good and make me care, but it's like right now I really don't care. And I love Miss Marvel. Like, I love Kamala Khan. I love everything they did. I love Monica Rambeau. I love all that. But it's like, I don't care. I don't.
Yeah, I hear you.
I don't. So. I don't.
Enough of the Marvels rant.
Yeah, it's enough of the Marvel.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get a Star Trek.
Back to Secret Invasion. I like how they got my boy. I forgot his name, but he was in Black Panther. Is it Everett Ross? I think it's Everett.
Everett Ross. Yeah, I think you're right.
I think that's his name. Let us know in the chat correct if it's not. But I like that he's in this show as well, and I like how so for a long time. So you remember Talos, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love how they're using like his human form. Like, cause I don't think we've seen his human form in the MCU yet up until now.
I was gonna say I didn't recognize like who he was,
Exactly,
and then they said the name, and I'm like, oh, okay.
We haven't seen his human form up until now, so I'm loving how Marvel like is showing us like, you know, he's trying to blend in and be a human, while it's like, the actual real character playing him, you know, the whole time, you know.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. I thought that was pretty clever, like what they did there. But I mean, I'm excited. I'm even more excited for Secret Invasion than I am the Marvels. You see what I'm saying?
And it just came out the
Like,
trailer.
I'm like, bruh, like, I don't know. They gotta do something better.
It's sad. You want to hear something funny?
What?
It's not funny to DC, but I'm more excited for Secret Invasion than I am for Black Adam.
Oh my god.
I mean,
You know, let's squeeze in some time to talk about that Black. I was about to call it Black Panther. Black Adam trailer. Not Black Panther because we love Black Panther trailer.
Right.
But yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and take a segue break. We can show some DC love or hate. That Black Adam trailer. I'm not gonna lie. We gonna start with the good stuff. I thought it looked really good visually.
For sure.
The visual effects, I'm like, yo, like this is pretty cool. It looks really neat. But story-wise, I don't care at all.
Yeah.
Like I just feel like it's out. You know, like just the story they're trying to tell. I feel like Marvel is like one up them in the story. Like,
Yeah.
like in the story writing department, Marvel has like really one up them like so well. Because like the Black Adam, like it looks really good visually. It looks really good. I like how they still trying to tie in the Amanda Waller stuff and all that.
Right.
But for me, I just don't care about the story. You know, like so far with what the trailers have shown me. You know, what are your thoughts, like based on what you've seen in Black Adam so far? You haven't seen, you know, most of the DC projects, but just looking at Black Adam as a trailer, like, what did you think?
I mean, I've seen enough to know like who Amanda Waller is and where he fits in that, but I wanted to care. Like, I really want to care because I thought it was interesting when he's like, you know, I was born a slave and then my son sacrificed himself for me and now I'm pissed. Like, that's an interesting story.
Yes,
it really is. When you summarize it down to that, it's it's a really interesting story. I'm like, oh shit, like an anti-hero that is pissed off at the things that his like whoever did this to him, whether it was his people, the government, I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's going to be interesting, and I really hope he takes. What I hope they don't do in that movie is he has rage or whatever for like the first, you know, 30, 40 minutes, an hour, whatever it is, and then all of a sudden something happens, like he meets that girl, whoever she is, and it's like, all right, I'm not so angry anymore. We're good. I really hope they don't do that. I am so sick of that.
I'm really hoping it's not a played out story that we've fucking seen in so many different movies, shows, etc. You know?
Yes, that's what I'm afraid of.
Show me something new. Like the comic book like realm has been around for a minute. It's like you gotta tell us different stories.
Yeah.
You know, and you just really hit it like nail on. I really hope it's not like I'm mad because they killed my son, so I'm killing everybody else, which is wrong. You know, you can't just kill random people that had nothing to do with your death. Or
you try having a therapy session with Black Adam
I swear,
and telling him,
like, bruh, like, don't zap me, bro. Like, I'm just a therapist.
Shit.
But I'm hoping there's more to it, and I'm hoping that it's a really good movie, especially with The Rock involved. It's The Rock.
I do too. I mean, it looks good. The special effects and all that look good. I mean, there was like a giant wannabe Ant-Man in there, you know.
Yeah.
They had their Falcon, you know. They had, I think there was another like spin-off character from MCU that was in there too that I saw, but those are the two that I remember. And it's just like, I don't know, like it's been done.
Yeah.
That's sad to say, and it's not fair to say, but it has. Like I wasn't impressed. I wasn't like.
You weren't like, oh. Like,
I'm not invested enough in DC yet to care about their characters like that. Whereas Black Panther, I'm like, oh my god. Like, I mean, even if Chadwick hadn't died, I would still be excited to see this movie because I love what they did in the first one.
The trailer looks good as hell.
Yeah.
Like, even if this wasn't a sequel, I want to see this based on like what I've seen in the trailer. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Right? Even if they had killed his character off versus him dying and them having to figure it out, the trailer still works. This trailer is still perfect. Like, whoever their trailer company is, I'm like, everybody should hire them, because that trailer was amazing, and it's made me like so excited to see the movie. If they drop no other trailer before the movie, and I hope they don't.
Yeah.
Because why? You're gonna ruin it.
Yeah.
I just think it's better to let people wonder what it's about. I mean, we all kind of know, you know, it's Black Panther, he passed away, how they're dealing with it, who's the next one.
Yeah.
And then the whole Namor stuff and all of that is at the end, so that's my only concern.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, honestly, I feel like Black Panther probably dropped the best trailer of the year. I'm not gonna lie. And they said like probably less than 10 words in the trailer, or probably less than 5. Well, she said, you took everything from me. How many words is that? I can't count. I'm bad at math. But that alone, if you see that trailer for the first time and you have no idea about the MCU, you're gonna watch. You want to watch this movie because you're like, what the hell is going on? Like the score was like so beautifully, like just that. Like I'm telling you, if they had an award, I'm pretty sure they got awards for trailers. But if like
they should.
Yeah, Black Panther definitely needs to win like trailer of the year, just based on like what we just that was like, I ain't gonna lie, you know why I think that's trailer of the year? Mainly because I feel like people had like doubts about this Black Panther 2 without Chadwick. And like,
Agree.
rightfully so, you can, because the main guy is not there anymore. But when they came back with this, it's like you like, all right, I'm sold. So that's why like I gotta give Black Panther trailer of the year, because like they have to overcome so much adversity, and then for them to drop a trailer like that, ugh.
Mic drop. Right.
Round of applause. Round of applause.
The movie just better live up to the hype. That's all I'm hoping for. And I don't doubt that it will. I just, from Multiverse of Madness to Thor Love and Thunder, like they were entertaining. They were good. But they weren't the typical like Marvel movies that were like, oh my god, that was great. Oh, it was so great. Multiverse of Madness showed way too much in the trailers. And didn't, I don't know, it was kind of some random stuff that didn't work for me. And then Thor Love and Thunder, like it was funny, but it wasn't necessary, not really. And I felt like it was just super rushed. I feel like Gore didn't get his time. Like there's a whole bunch of things, you know, we thought about that, but I don't know. Hopefully they need to do a good job with this one.
I don't know your opinion. Do you think the Marvel TV shows have been better than movies thus far?
I love Moon Knight. I loved Miss Marvel.
Yep.
What else has come out this year?
She-Hulk.
I love She-Hulk so far. Yeah. Like, I mean, none of the shows have disappointed me. I mean, Moon Knight I wish could have had a better ending. You know, not She-Hulk. Miss Marvel's was an okay ending, you know, whatever. But they were entertaining. They were telling stories. They were something new. You know, I feel like for Thor and Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, I feel like they relied on the OG characters. And they're like, oh, people are going to come anyway, so might as well.
We got Wanda.
Yeah, and it's like, I wonder if they tried to hype Multiverse of Madness to make sure that everybody got to the theater. And I get that, but you showed way too much in the trailers. I wasn't surprised for anything. All of your biggest things that were so cool, which was X-Men, I wasn't even excited for during the movie because I already knew it was happening. So why?
Everything was in the trailer. Like, I don't know why they did that. But I agree with you. Like, Multiverse of Madness should have been called, you know, 3 universes of, you know, mid. Because, it should have been the title of the movie. It should have been a real multiverse going really crazy. Like, you know, and we're guessing, like, it's gonna... it's hard for me to tell, like, because, like, Doctor Strange just came out, right? But She-Hulk just came out as well. Right?
Right.
And we've been seeing Wong, right?
Right.
So is he aware that Doctor Strange ain't here no more? Like, this is kind of like concerning to me to like a little bit. This is like low-key. I keep sounding in. It's concerning to me a little bit because we haven't even got to She-Hulk yet. But it's been concerning to me for a little bit that, you know, Wong is like having the time of his life. He's doing stuff. He's going to court. He's doing all this stuff. He haven't talked to his boy Doctor Strange.
That is true.
Like,
Or is Doctor Strange not even there? What part of the timeline does it fit in?
Yeah.
Because is he just off with Clea?
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
what I'm saying. Like, we're assuming that Doctor Strange is off with Clea, right? Mm-hmm. But Wong is technically the Sorcerer Supreme, who just lost one of his most powerful wizards or sorcerers.
True.
So you telling me like Wong is not like, yo, what the hell? Or like, and that's why I say with the Marvel movies, I try not to like go too crazy, especially like with the shows, because like I really do love She-Hulk and like what it's doing for us so far.
Yeah.
But there's questions that like flare up, you know. So hopefully Marvel answers by the end of She-Hulk, because like I love seeing Wong in his first cameo, but then he decided to make a second cameo. And this is what, the 4th episode of She-Hulk, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm just really curious, and I just want to know, like, does Wong know what's going on? That's all I really want to know. But back to the D23 footage. The next footage we're gonna break down is the Werewolf by Night, right? Now I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, right? I had no idea what the hell Werewolf by Night was.
Same.
Before I didn't know what the hell. I just went into it zero expectations, right? Mm-hmm. But when I seen this, I was like, okay, oh, like I'm not gonna lie, just the cinematography, footage, just the way they shot it. This just bumped up to one of my most like anticipated like shows or whatever they want to call it, like for the rest of the year. Like, I love the way they shot it. I love the black and white. I love the music. I love everything. Love, love, love. Capital L. I love it all. And to see Marvel to even go into this territory, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, Marvel, like, get in y'all bag. Show them y'all not just, you know, good movies, good shows. Like, I don't know what the hell to expect from this Werewolf by Night. But from the trailer, it looks too fire. And the fact that they added TVA agents in, that just gave it the A+ for me. I'm like, bruh, I'm like, thank you. Thank you. Because we have no idea what the hell the show is going to be about, right? But, what were your like first thoughts, like just seeing that, like just
pretty much the same as you. I mean, the way they shot it, like in retro, I love that it's like an old style movie, but they shot it on like the new digital cameras and made it look old. Like that in itself, I'm like, it's unique.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And it's just, you know me, I love scary movies. I love horror movies, and this is supposed to be really supernatural and like delve into the horror aspect of things. And I'm excited for it. I am so excited for Marvel to finally like push the envelope, you know, and they announced, they had like little teasers or whatever in Moon Knight. So we knew it was coming, and I don't know anything about, like you said too, the Werewolf by Night series, but they intentionally, I guess, didn't introduce him in the Moon Knight one, just because it didn't, the supernaturalness and, or sorry, is it supernatural? Yeah, supernatural and the, like the horror aspect of it didn't necessarily make sense in Moon Knight, and I'm glad they didn't. It would have been a lot going on, and that would have had to have been like a 9-episode show if they really did that. Yeah. But I'm so glad they gave him his own show to get his backstory. My only question is, I'm like, is it a movie? Is it like a 2-hour special? Is it like a series? I want to know. I mean, do we know?
I don't think we know just yet, but if you think about it, after She-Hulk, I want to say, I think we're done with the MCU shows for the year.
I think She-Hulk is special or something.
Yeah, we got the, you're right. We got the Guardians of the Galaxy, a Christmas show. And I guess World by Night is supposed to be Halloween. Yeah. But from what I'm thinking She-Hulk is going to go all the way up until Halloween, maybe. Because it's a 9-episode series. We're in episode, I think, 4 right now. Meaning we got 5 left. So no, She-Hulk's going to be done in October.
Middle of October, yeah.
Okay, so this is actually perfect timing. Because, like, one of the issues I didn't want Marvel to run across is, like...
overlapping again.
Yeah. I mean, do you think